Aatrox going to be locked in.
They picked up the Aatrox after Weibo Gaming failed during the first game. They failed picking up the Aatrox. They failed with the Akali. So they're saying, we're going to pick this and we'll show you how it's done.
And we're going back into Protect the Queen, right? We have Kaisa going to be expectedly the carry coming in from J-Team. You have CZ.
Wait, what?
Having the Aatrox. You have
what are they doing?
The Camille, rather. Aatrox going into the jungle. Kali going to the mid. But Weibo is on a spree, is on a different composition overall coming into game 2.
The question here is, man, going double ADC when you already saw an Akali on the other side, an Akali and a Camille. Once you get locked down by the Camille, you're dead. You can't do anything. That's why I was surprised. Because when they pick an Akali, you should have picked another mid lane maybe. Pick up a Vladimir maybe. But they didn't do that. Oh my, are they gonna do well this game? They even pick up the Yone here on the jungle. Last time during Season 1, Yone in the jungle wasn't picked ever again just because of the nerfs that he had against monsters.
Yeah, and I think this will be a crucial moment coming in from Getjan and also Zihan to be able to push back Akali later on. Because if not, this is going to be really, really scary. Akali could just go into the backlines, erase 2 ADCs right at the get-go, and now they lose their huge chunks of damage.
Yeah. And as we're seeing here, really surprised about the decisions from Weibo Gaming when it comes to this composition. There's a lot of disadvantage with this composition, Infinity. They have double carries, remember. They have double carries. They have a Yone. They have a Jax. They have a lot of champions that needs a lot of resources to make them work. So that's one of the problems that I have with this composition, because if they don't reach the item breakpoints, they're just gonna lose really hard against J-Team.
Yeah, overall their team composition needs so much gold. It's really hungry for gold, right? You have Jax, you have Yone, Zeri, Ezreal. These 4 champions needs gold to be able to become really strong into a fight. And now, Weibo, how are you gonna do it?
That's the only reason that I can see why they picked up the Jax, though. I thought that was a big brain moment right here. The only reason why they picked up a Jax is because they want to go double ADC, or rather triple, to take the Yone in as an ADC too, because he basically is an ADC at this point. But again, that is one of the problems that I have here. They need a lot of resources. They need to make all of the things work. And oh wait, the surprising thing here is also for the side of J-Team, they made the Camille the jungle. Just because they don't want to deal with the Camille versus Jax matchup. That's smart.
And I really do like it, as like looking at the composition of J-Team, aside from this shift of Camille going to the jungle, is also so much potential for Exxon to have a lot of safety net. Like, you have a lot of sponge, right? You have DY here in the early game. Later on in mid game, late game, you have pretty much every single one, an exception of their mid laner, which is Akali, but it has a different role. Right, so pretty much at this point in time, going into the mid-game, late-game, X1 will have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Void Seeker, we've seen it a while ago. They got a lot of damage. X1 was able to perform well during the last game. And again, we're seeing the same champion getting picked here for X1. So I'm really hoping to see that be able to perform well this game also.
100%. And now, looking at this, CZ with the Aatrox really doing amazingly up against Zihan on the top lane, having so much more of an advantage, and the wave is also pushing, so Zihan has to overextend if he wants to clear down the wave and to do something in the Baron lane.
What is Soldier doing here? He's trying to go for a fight against Gekhyun. Faye is gonna go in, goes in for the Ignite. The flash coming in. Soldier, the shield from DY was the reason why he survived. And now Faye doesn't have any more flashes. He's dead.
The turnaround coming in from JT.
DY. Wow.
Yeah, that was really, really good. The Ignite could have brought Akali down. But Soldier, with the very last second, as you mentioned, DY came in at the right moment. It was really perfect.
Whoa. Perfect timing coming in from DY. That's the only reason why, because he saw Geshan in the mid lane. And let's take a look at this replay again.
Yeah, it was Faye who was overextended. It was initially their overextension, going for the 2v1, hopefully to be able to kill down Soldier quite easily. But the Shroud bought time for Soldier, and when Ignite came through, Faye used up the flash, But the thing is, Rakan went in too quickly. The shield was there coming in. So a lot of sustainability overall, but time and that first blood secured by G.
Ooh, Hextech ultimatum's gonna be used, but there you go. There's two people here waiting for them. Fawn gonna go in for the ultimate, not gonna be able to hit. And that is just J-Team taking another win in this fight.
Now DY goes for the chase. We'll be able to push back WBG. That's pretty much it. No full-on engage that will occur for both sides.
What a win again coming in from J-Team. They just got another kill in the mid lane. They're just getting all the items that they need. X1 goes in for the killer instinct. Duanyu was forced to flash.
That was really
and
good.
Now they are just safe here.
They were able to burn out a spell onto Duanyu. And overall, this will give so much advantage for JT from here on forward. No more flash coming in to the Mountain Drake. Coming into foreseeable fight coming in from JT.
Man, this is really crazy. All the things are just going in favor of J-Team now. And what else is the other teams gonna do? Because right now, they don't have any answers. And one of the things that I can only see here is that J-Team is just gonna force all these fights now, especially in the first objective. We still have 1 minute before the next objective comes in. But J-Team already is in a big advantage.
Yeah, and on top of that, we already have 2 kills coming from CF17. That's a jungler for J-Team that we're talking about. So when it comes to these objective takings later on, Camille will just have a huge advantage opposed to Yone from Weibo.
Oh man, I really do hope that this is gonna be good. Let's take a look at what's happening here for the jungles. We have 30 seconds before the next objective comes in. And for now, this top lane fight, this is just a fight of sustain. We're not gonna see any action here for sure.
But that will be a different story because CF17 could potentially take down and go for the 2v1.
Yeah, they have the Hextech ultimatum. If that sweep was able to hit, they could have extended that to a Hextech ultimatum.
But so far, no full-on engage coming from CF17. And now WBG is positioning themselves a little bit more carefully here into the mid lane, having supports come in because now the objectives will come up. And having a numbers game is really crucial here in the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, and as we see, look at this. We do have... Oh no, this is going to be a problem here. They're going to be starting this already. DY super low in HP. And they're not going to start it just yet.
And now, it's Weibo. He starts off the Mountain Drake with the opposite side, going for the Rift Herald. Soldier just buying time.
J-Team doesn't have anything to do here. They have the Shuriken flip. Use the perfect execution against Gaston. They're going to be trying to go for it. They got the knock up onto one, and one more perfect execution might be able to get the kill, and the 5-point strike was enough.
Grand entrance along with the damage of Soldier here in this early game, and now top side.
Yeah, Zihan's going to be next. Rip Herald on the top side of this tower is going to fall.
This is so good coming from J-Team. They not only got the kill in the mid lane, get them advantage, but also got the tower for his blood on top side.
Crazy. And now this is gonna start to really unravel what J-Team could do with this type of composition. As we said during the early game, they have really big disadvantage when it comes to the composition, but nobody's rotating top side. This tower, oh no, is half HP already.
Yeah, it changed everything with a Faye overextending into the mid lanes. It was CF17 who got the kill, and then right after he was able to secure another later on. So 2-0-0 already in the early game just gave them so much potential. And outright, it was J-Team who was consistently finding kills, finding objectives, finding gold sources here in game number 2 from early mid game.
Yeah, and this is just gonna be easy, especially for the other teams. Weibo Gaming is not gonna really have any chances here except if they hit their item breakpoints. For now, no item breakpoints has been hit by the teams yet. Manamunes have been built already for the Zeri and also for the Ezreal, but that is not going to be where they are going to be strong. After this builds up to a Muramana, that is when we'll see some damage coming through from Weibo. But for now, nothing. We're not going to see anything. Fate sealed onto the top side. Says Z. Not enough damage from Weibo Gaming. They're not even scared of taking this fight. No counter-strike though. Zihan can't do anything here. Counter-strike cooldown was just perfectly timed. The sweep is going to be there, but the flash from Soldier to get the kill.
Man, Soldier always finds the right moment to just go for the execute. It's always consistently looking for the right moment. And a while ago as well, Soldier was able to take those kills onto the ADC. And this is what we've mentioned a while ago in the draft composition. Now DY starts up the fight.
Gonna be chased down here. Body slam not available by Geshan. That's gonna be it. Not enough damage yet. X1 is just having the time of his life in the bot lane.
Yeah, so much sponge and so much sustainability built into DY, being able to just have that safety net onto X1. This is what we mentioned a while ago, that X1 is going to play it really, really well just because of so much frontliners in the composition for J-Team here in Game 2.
Yeah, and now J-Team is just gonna have it easy here in the next fights. As we are seeing here for J-Team, they're just trying to secure the map, but the 3k gold lead is not going to be a problem for them to just try and take fights. And as long as you give a lot of kills to Soldier especially, the damage of Soldier is just going to skyrocket, especially in those long drag-on fights and where you need to go for front to back in Weibo Gaming. It's going to be way easier for him to just take those kills.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned about Soldier, because right now, 202 for his KDA, you already have Infinity Orb built up onto him as well. So damage when it comes to those fights is going to be quite huge onto Soldier. On top of that, 3 kills onto CF17 with the Triforce already. And I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, they're not going to take any fights here, especially that Weibo Gaming are just playing it defensively. They're not going to try and take something else. So now we're waiting for the next objective to come in. We have 5 kills on the board for the side of J-Team. So the next rank is going to be an Ice Dragon, and it's going to be up in just a minute.
Yeah, we have to look at Gachan as well. Coming into these objectives, they have to utilize the explosive cast very well. It is going to be crucial to isolate these champions, especially considering how Soldier is just able to go into the backlines really easily. But considering now that they have the death stance, they have more sustainability coming into the frontliners, coming from J-Team, this is going to be so much harder.
Yeah, there's going to be a start of the fight though. Soldier is not going to use the perfect execution just yet. They don't need to. They don't need to really go. But CF17 is going to try and dip his toes against Weibo Gaming, but so far wasn't able to really get them.
So a nice true shot barrage coming in from the Ezreal. Coming from Weibo, cleared out the wave, delayed this push.
Yeah. Face seal, great stun, and that combo. Sizzy is gonna fall on the top side. This dragon's gonna be taken by J-Team.
And that is just CF17 taking that objective. They got the push in the bottom lane. Another fight.
Knock up right here onto the mid lane. Zawanya is gonna be chased down. Perfect execution. Won't be able to hit, but the 5-point strike was able to follow through. They got the kill on the support, but they still have some members still alive. They're chasing down soldiers, but they don't have the time. They don't have the speed to go.
Yeah, I like the caution coming in from Soldier as well. The discipline to not go back into that fight, considering that you have Faye, you have Getchan, and you also have Yone onto Weibo's side, and they lost another member. Now looking at top lane.
Oh no, too aggressive. Tries to get for the inhibitor turret, but it's not going to be possible here. J-Team at this point in the game, they could really start the Baron if ever they want to. The Baron is not really strong at this point in the game. They can start it if they want, but J-Team, the amount of map pressure that they have, they need to take down the mid turret first.
Definitely could just landslide this game out of proportion, but I like what Weibo is doing. At the very least, they're able to take 2 turrets on top side, while you have J-Team who was taking the dragon objective just a while back. So nevertheless, they're still able to keep up on the gold, at least at a very, very small amount in this game number 2. Only a 2.5k gold difference, still a big number, but they're still able to keep up and match the pace of JT.
Yeah, J-Team is just going to be taking this just for the early game. It's a good thing that Fawn is getting a lot of gold here. Looking at the left side,
Geshan.
We do have a lot of gold coming in from Fawn. Geshan tries to start it. There you go, knock up coming in from DY, but not enough damage yet from X1, even though they're so fed at this point in the game.
Now, Weibo has to play it a bit more safe. Yeah, JT already having control over the bot side jungle of WBG, considering that the turret is already gone. They have map control advantage, and now it's a little bit more of the patience game.
They really want to take down the mid lane turret if ever they want to, but it's not going to be easy for them to really do that. Knockouts from DY is not going to hit. Still waiting for the Baron to be called here. We still have the Dragon in just a bit, but so far we're still waiting for a Baron call.
Yeah. And I like how you mentioned about JT wanting to get that tower in the mid lane, because this opens up the Baron. This opens up the Infernal Drake as well.
Yeah, if ever that happens, if ever they're gonna take this, that's why Weibo Gaming is trying their best to try and take the dragon. Knockoff coming in. DY is not gonna survive. He has the stasis though. He can dash out. The Fate Seal was able to hit. CZ goes in front of everybody, but they have one dashing in at the back line. X1 doesn't have enough damage against Zihan. JT made the big mistake, and that could cost them a Baron.
A little bit too over aggressive now. Weibo is now getting the push into the mid lane. They break down, or well, having the potential to break down first third in the mid lane, and now Baron now being started.
Yeah, they tried to really go for that, but now CF17 is also here. CF17 is still alive. They can still try and go for the steal. They have the timing. They have 2k HP on that Baron. Fan could go in. Fan could go for the bait. They have 27 HP on that Baron. That CF17 tries to go in. Not a lot of HP. Good stall from Weibo.
Perfect coming from Weibo. They waited for the right moment for CF17 to show up first. They execute him before they take the Baron. And now Weibo is back into the game with a Baron Nashor on hand. They equalize game 2.
Double ADCs are gonna work if this happens. They need to really be careful now. They got 6 kills out of that, and now this is gonna be big. They got a Baron, they got the gold, they traversed the gold gap, and this is gonna be easier for them.
It's just JT who overextended into the mid lane. They wanted the mid lane turn, but not like this. And now Getchan being targeted. Fate Sealed.
Fate Sealed, TZ. Not going to be able to back away. Look at this. DY is going to be able to flash through. Killer Instinct is going to stop them, and that is going to be a kill. Geshan is going to be killed, but the 1v1 against Faye, it's not going to be easy for them. They have the perfect execution. The flash coming in from Faye. Shock Laser almost getting the kill with a true shot barrage. Fawn is going to be here. He's going to be seen. Exec ultimatum from CF17. Too much damage coming in from this guy, and here comes the hook shot. He tries to go. He has the knock up. He's not going to follow through.
That was really, really good coming in from those micro plays from Yone, but once Weibo lost Gatchan, once they lost Gragas, they have to retreat on those fights because Faye was already in a bad position. Ezreal was already in a bad position as well. They could not pursue, and Fan at the right moment was able to come back as well in that 1v1 up against CF17 with that flash play, denying that damage coming in from Camille. But overall, Infernal Drake now up.
Yeah, they can take the dragon now. They have advantage. Fawn is already so bad with the Bloodthirster and also the Bleed of the Ruined King. It's gonna be easier for him to deal some damage. He just needs to hate those Fate Seals, the crucial ones especially. But now, the fight is gonna happen. Infernal Drake is already super low in HP. He can start this anytime, but now the damage from X1 is still not enough. But Zihan is already starting the fight. CZ super low. He might be taken down as fast as they could, and that's not gonna be a steal. That's still gonna be their side. Fate Seal! Able to get a Fate Sealed on 2! And now the stasis is gonna buy some time for them. Zihan's being chased down. X1 was able to get the Killer Instinct, and Weibo Gaming just takes the cake and takes the Infernal Drake.
Weibo! It was really amazing coming in from them. CF17 took a little bit more time to go into the Infernal Drake, which was just able to deal so much poke damage coming in from Faye and the Ezreal. And now Weibo wants to finish.
A bit too late. That's gonna be a... Oh no, Grand Entrance not gonna be able to do anything for DY. This is gonna be a win coming in from Weibo Gaming. Takes the 1-1. And that's a great turnaround just because of one fight.
And we're going into game number